All right, everyone. Mary Cole here from the Good Story Company. Cleaning up my little environment here so we can. This live is going to be a little bit different than the other ones. So here's the thing I got this great idea for my team. They were like, you should do these lives, you should give people productivity and creativity tips and all of this stuff. Um, and I was like, yes, because that is absolutely the type of person that I am. That is, I don't want to get bogged down in anything. I just like to really just stay on top of it and stay busy, right? But every once in a while, and I'm looking up an email here that I want to read to you guys. Um, every once in a while, I get a little tired of myself, and I'm like, you know, it's okay to slow down. The reason that I work so much, the reason that I like to be out there and like to be doing stuff is honestly, it's easier for me. That's how I cope with stuff. So when shit, I'm gonna swear. I'm a swearer. I'm sorry. When the excrement hits the air conditioning, as Kurt Vonnegut once wrote, uh, I like to work. I've had events in my life where I would have rather checked out mentally and not been around for them, and so I worked. And so when I first conceptualized this series of lives, every day we're going to give tips, we're going to be productive, we're going to beat this thing. Well, I'm kind of I'm having a day. I am launching something, and it the web presence for it is not. This isn't even something. If you got a newsletter for me today, it is nothing to do with the newsletter, but I'm having a little tech issue. Like the thing looks so great in preview and then it just screws up when you try to go to it. So I'm having an issue. I'm having a day. And sometimes it's okay to have a day. And that's my tip for today. It's not a productivity tip, although it may be. It's not necessarily a creativity tip, but I've heard from a lot of my editorial clients in the last week. That's been sort of the thing that's changed. And I have a lot of writers on my plate who are saying, I can't be creative. I'm homeschooling my kids. I don't know where my next paycheck is coming from. The world just got weird all of a sudden. I was chatting with my business partner on Slack today and I was like, can we just go back to last month? Like all the problems I had in February are just I would have them all over again. Um and yeah, things are just weird now. Things are weird and bad, and I don't like it. And, my son has respiratory issues. And so we're thinking of pulling them out of daycare. Daycare is still operating, but, should we be sending my young kids to daycare? We can, but should we? So all of these kind of things are like closing in. And I have these writers writing in that are like, I can't write. I can't do productivity. I can't do creativity right now. What do you want from me? And so I think today's tip. So I did have one great insight I wanted to share with you from one of my clients who is feeling inspired. And up until like about an hour ago when I discovered this web issue, I was feeling inspired. I'm like, you know what? We got this. Bring it on. I'm going to work my way through this and come out stronger on the other end. And I still believe that. But then I started having a day, and all of that go getterness went out the window. But I did have a client write in something beautiful, and so I've been teaching character. I've been teaching emotion my entire career. That's kind of the topic that I've squatted on. That's really where for me the true craft of writing really comes together. And so to that point, one of my clients wrote in, during this time, we can only improve as writers in how we write emotion. Now I know what fear feels like: worry, missing people, feeling love, feeling connection, empathy for others, selfishness, argumentativeness. All of these emotions and situations are coming at me in such a massive wave. I'll hold on to them and put them to good use in the years to come on the page. And I just think that this insight, I'm not going to share the attribution for this email, but I think this insight is so fantastic. This person is taking the fear, this person is taking the worry, the anxiety, all of the overwhelm, all of the pain, the disconnectedness. When we talk about writing books for young readers, we try to put ourselves in their shoes a lot, and that means feeling some isolation, feeling misunderstood, feeling other, feeling less than. And I think those are all things that it's like middle school all over again. But I feel like those are things that we can all feel now and relate to. And this has been sort of a very tough time, but also a very empathetic time for people who are so inclined to see other perspectives and think about what other people are going through. My husband's family is older. His parents are older, and they had a bunch of travel that they were doing. They're retired. They travel. That's how they're kind of living the end of their days in their golden years. And they had to cancel a bunch of their travel because it was European. And my husband just said it's sad because this is the end of their lives. This what happens now. I may feel like I have some more years to make up for it. My husband, my kids, certainly, hopefully, everybody is going to get out of this and get back to it and have more life. But he made the very good point that for his parents, this is kind of the end of the road, and what happens now in their golden years is what is going to happen. That's how they're going to live the end of their lives. And so it was just that empathy really, really touched me in terms of, like, we're all in this together. And for some of us, this is kind of this is going to make a big impact on our lives, the way we live our lives, the season of our lives. um People have just started jobs. One person on my team started a job in the hospitality industry a couple of weeks, literally, I think it was on the 3rd, so 3 weeks ago. And that entire industry has just started a death spiral. My husband is in restaurants. So this is a really big change for a lot of people. But I think this client's email really touched me this morning, thinking about how can we use this to develop empathy? How can we use it to remind ourselves of these human feelings that we all have? And also for this tip, because this isn't just Mary's Diary confessional series. Although it kind of feels like that, right? For this tip, I would say extend empathy to others. We all need a little bit more of that, but also extend a little empathy to yourself. And I am not feeling it today. The like I said, the purpose of this series was to pep everybody up and make everybody productive. But some days, just, oh goodness, like I can't get there today. Hopefully I fix my tech issue, or or maybe I'll just take a long nap. I'm not a person who naps. I am an achiever, and but I don't let myself nap. That's the other thing. I use work as a coping mechanism. That's why I email at all hours of the night and all of that. Like, we all have things that we do to get through the day in a way where we can feel good about it and we can feel competent and we can feel accomplished. And we all get our yayas somehow. For me, that's work. And I think today my tip is to be a little more empathetic to myself, as well as, of course, other people. But if you need to take a day, if you need to not be productive, if you need to not be creative, if you need to just slap on a hoodie and be like your absolute slug self, I'm not going to hold you to it. I'm not going to hold it against you. I had business stuff tonight. I canceled it. My best friend and I are going to watch a movie over the phone and talk to one another like we did when we were in high school. She's in California, sheltering in place. I am many states away, but you know what? We're just gonna watch a movie. And this watching a movie when you're stressed out may seem like just elementary self care. But I know a lot of us, we have families, we have businesses, we have jobs, we have all these obligations, we have these dreams. My writing isn't going to get done tonight. My business isn't going to get done tonight. We have all these elements of pressure on us. And, my tip for today is maybe there is no tip. Maybe be kind to yourself, maybe fuck around a little bit instead of always feeling like you have to be on and you have to be achieving. So that's what I'm going to do today, because today did not start out too good. And you know what? I read a really horrific article about the virus last night. And it's just, I woke up early. My son has asthma, and it's a respiratory illness. And so that is what I'm really resonating on today. So nothing much is gonna get done. None of it good. And you know what? For today, that's okay. I will pick myself back up. I will get back to work. I will paste a smile on my face. But you know what? It's okay to have a day. It's okay to have several days. And when you do, it's okay to say, "Hey, we missed it today, but there's always tomorrow, hopefully." So that's my tip. Take it or leave it. I honestly DGAF today, because that's the kind of day I'm having. So I'm going to enjoy my movie tonight. Take it a bit easy, and we'll get back at it tomorrow. Thank you for listening to Mary's Confessional Hour. I'm so happy that you've joined me, and yeah, just be a little kinder. It's a tough Monday today. All right. Have a great day. Bye.